A commercial flight was suddenly caught in a thunderstorm. All the passengers fastened their seatbelts. Among them was a man who suffered from aviophobia. Panicking, he unbuckled his seatbelt and tried to leave his seat. A flight attendant noticed and quickly stopped him. But just as the man turned around, his skin suddenly began to rot away. Everyone on board screamed in horror. The co-pilot rushed over after hearing the commotion and discovered that all the passengers were starting to decay. Even the captain wasn't spared from the catastrophe. Yet, despite everything, the plane, with its autopilot system, managed to land at the airport. Since no one was responding from inside the aircraft, and bloodstains were visible on the windows, ground personnel assumed there were no survivors. Federal agents were called in to investigate. They suited up in hazmat gear and entered the plane only to find that all the passengers had turned into skeletons. Everyone on board had died in the exact same horrific way. While the investigation was still underway, a report came in about a suspicious individual spotted at a nearby warehouse. 2 officers were dispatched immediately. Inside, they found numerous animals used for experimentation. Anna stepped outside to report the situation to headquarters on her phone, while John stayed behind to continue searching the warehouse. Suddenly, a man appeared across from the warehouse. The moment he saw John, he took off running. The officers gave chase, but out of nowhere, the warehouse exploded. When Anna came to, she found herself in a hospital. John had been badly injured in the blast and exposed to unknown substances stored in the warehouse. Doctors were at a loss for how to treat him. Desperate for answers, Anna searched online and came across a professor named Adam. 17 years ago, he had conducted an experiment that matched the symptoms seen in both John and the plane passengers. In an effort to save John and uncover the truth behind the flight disaster, Anna tracked down the professor. By that time, John's skin had already turned transparent. The professor scraped off a skin sample with a scalpel, but insisted they return to his old lab to continue the analysis. With official clearance, they traveled to the lab, which had been sealed for 17 years. After a series of tests, the professor confirmed that John had been infected by a mutated chemical agent. He said he could formulate a cure, but he needed the product inventory from the warehouse. Unfortunately, everything inside the warehouse had been destroyed in the explosion, and John was the only one who had seen the suspect's face. Worse still, he only had 1 day left to live. The professor then made a dangerous proposal to Anna, a system that would allow someone to enter John's dreams.